how are you going to deal with that in the future?
I could really just walk away from it, but I mean, it's just going to happen again and again. I really wish she would try treatment. Maybe that would be the
Mm-hmm.
solution for us both if she was willing to do it.
So that's something you think that you would want her to, you would want to talk to her about, is entering treatment for
Yeah,
herself.
definitely.
Do you think that's something she would want?
I think so. I hope so. I would hope that she would want it. Not just for herself, but for me too.
Mm-hmm.
But if she doesn't want it for herself, then she won't.
Right.
But
So
I
what
want her
if
to.
she doesn't want? What if that's not something she wants to do? Because after all, she was in jail for 4 years, where she wasn't using anything. But as soon as she gets out, she started using again. Do you think that she wanted the sobriety when she was in jail, or do you think she's so used to living that lifestyle she wants to just pick up where she left off? Do you what happens if she doesn't want to enter treatment? She wants to continue the road she's going down. She wants to keep using, no matter how it affects you. How are you going to deal with that?
I don't know. I Only thing I know is she's gonna have to pick. It's gonna have to be either our relationship and treatment or the drugs, because I can't go back to the person I was.
Okay. You've been with this girl for 4 years, and you talk about her a lot. I know you really care a lot about her. So, how is that going to affect you?
It's gonna be really hard.
But you would rather have your sobriety?
Of course.
Is that what you're saying? Okay. So, I mean, what are some ways that you, like, say you asked her, you talked to her about it, and she said, absolutely not, I don't want to enter treatment, I don't want to go through all that again, I'm fine with what I'm doing. What if she says that and you change your mind and you don't want to break up, you don't want to end the relationship, and you're stuck dealing with, you walk in on her and she's high out of her mind. Okay, how are you going to, and say it makes you want to use again. How are you going to stop right there in that moment? How are you going to stop yourself from using? How are you going to redirect that craving, that urge? Is there anything that you can do that distracts you from it? Any ways that you cope?
I like to walk. I like to walk, or like if I'm in a stressful situation, I like to walk and clear my mind and not think about it.
Right.
And just walk and just continue. Sometimes I walk for hours to try to clear my mind of everything that's went on, all the situation. That's the only thing I have right now.
Okay, so that's been helping you, especially since she's been out of jail.
Mm-hmm.
That's been helping you. You go for a walk. Is there anything else that you find that helps you?
I like to color. I like to do the adult coloring books. I like doing those.
Okay.
They relax
So-
They relax me.
Okay, so is that something that you think you could do more of to help prevent you from feeling like you want to use, or help you control the urge of using whenever you're provoked
Yeah.
by certain situations? Okay.
Yeah. I can color. I can try to do that more.
Okay. Well, it's good that you recognize that, those things help you, because those are your way of coping. Everybody, some people, you have to learn certain coping skills, but a lot of people, and what they don't realize is that they already have certain ways, the ways that they cope with their own coping skills. Okay, so that's yours. And if it works for you, then it works for you, and you should keep doing it. So whatever works, keep doing it. Okay, and that's in all aspects. If you're not just with her, but if you're having stress financially, what can you do? You can take a walk. You could think about what you want to, what are your options. Okay, you said you want to get a job. Okay, so how can you go about getting a job? What are some steps you can take to get that job?
I guess I need to apply for some first.
For some jobs? Okay.
Yeah. I didn't graduate high school, so there's really not much for me to do. I mean,
there are plenty of jobs you can get without a high school diploma or a GED. You can work anywhere. You can get a job at a gas station, fast food restaurants. I mean, I know they're not the best jobs, but if that's something, if you do want a job, then that's something you should look into. Is that something you'd want to do?
Yeah, I don't want to hustle anymore.
Okay, so you said you didn't graduate high school.
No.
So, or do you want to get your GED?
I do, but I don't know how. I don't know where to even begin.
Okay, well, from my understanding is there is a small fee, but what you can do is that you can work for a while. You said you wanted to put in some applications, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you could do that. Hopefully, eventually find a job. Okay, so you don't know much about the GED classes, so I can find out what I can for you and get you set up that way. Help you, figure out what you want to do, how you need to do that. I think there's a small fee, but if you're able to get a job and maintain your sobriety and balance all of that, then you could possibly be able to find or save up and to pay that fee and start your classes. And you also said that you were just jumping around from home to home, staying wherever you can.
Yeah, it's just that's probably the most stressful thing I have going on. I never know where I'm going to sleep. Sometimes I'll sleep at some of the friends I have that I am hustling with. Sometimes I'll stay at their house. Sometimes it's at this old guy's house. Sometimes he lets me sleep on his couch. And he's not even really a friend. He's just some guy that I met, and he lets me sleep there sometimes. I just really need somewhere to live that's not random.
Yeah, I can see how that would be stressful. Not having a place to call home, and not knowing where you're going to be sleeping, if you're going to be sleeping out in the rain tonight, or I can see how that could be stressful, and how it probably make anyone want to relapse. But there are programs that you can enter. I'm not sure of the program. What is that? Is it New Hope? New Hope. I think.
Right down here.
Yeah.
It's in town, right?
Yeah, I think that's what it's called. I'm not. I may be wrong, but they can help you with things that you may need: food, clothing, anything like that. Okay. So there are options out there. You're not alone. And have you ever considered a low income apartment?
Yeah, some people have told me about them, but I don't know where to start there either. I don't know what you're supposed to do to even begin to get one.
Okay, well, are the, do you know the name of the apartment?
I think there's like the Buffalo Creek Apartments.
Okay, well, what you can do is, you can ask around. I can find out what I can about the phone number, and maybe you can call them and make an appointment for an interview, get an application. I mean, they go by it's based on your income, so that is also an option for you. Okay, you can right now you don't have an income, so it's not gonna be free, but they can help you. You just have to call and ask around. But
I could probably do that.
maybe what is your first priority right now? What would you say is your priority?
Somewhere to live.
Okay. Other than obviously maintaining your sobriety, being able to
Right.
but you want to find a place to live. Okay, so that's what we'll do. If you don't care, find out what you can about the apartments, and I'll find out what I can. By the time we come back, maybe we can get you set up with an appointment, an interview,
Okay.
to hopefully get you an apartment. That way you're not out on the streets and you have a place to go.
Okay.
Okay?
Sounds good.
Alright, so I have a homework assignment for you.
Okay.
Okay? Alright, so all of these stressful situations you're dealing with every day. Okay, all these stressful things that you're wanting, that are causing you to want to use every day. I want you to keep a journal, a daily journal. Write down everything that you notice that makes you want to use. Okay, when you're faced with these situations and these problems and triggers, write them down, and then I want you to write down, keep note of how you were able to cope with that situation, and you were able to refrain from using, steer yourself away from using every day.
Okay.
Keep that journal, and then we'll meet back in the next 2 weeks. So keep it for 2 weeks, and we'll check it when you get back, and hopefully we can find something out about your living arrangements.
Okay.
But I will see you back next week, or the next 2 weeks. Yes. At the beginning of the session, before I forget, I asked you to rate your stress on a scale of 1 to 10. 1 being the lowest, 10 being the highest. Now that you were able to talk, and we were able to, set up some goals and some new goals for you to reach, and you were able to point out your coping skills and what triggers you and things like that, how would you say you feel right now about your stress? What's your stress level at this moment in time? On a scale of 1 to 10.
A 4.
And that's good. That means, we're getting somewhere today. We've made progress. So you've come down, and at the beginning of the session it was an 8. So that's a drastic drop from the beginning of the session.
I feel better. I do.
That's good. I mean, there's hope. You're not hopeless. There is hope, and there's everything you want in life. It's possible. It's not impossible, and it may take a little bit of time, and you may feel like you want to give up, and you just want to throw in the towel, but you're working through it, and you've shown that you're able to do it. And
yeah, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna keep trying.
okay, all right, well, keep your daily journal,
Okay.
and I'll see you back in 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
All right,
All right.
have a good one.
You too.